Hello Life Church, well here I am in the almost finished cafe. We've come to the end of our prayer week and this is the final devotion and we have our final prayer meeting this evening. Thank you to all those that gave a devotion and that led our prayer meetings. And I've got the end of the Lord's Prayer to look at, which says, "For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen." And I want to just concentrate on those four little words, forever and ever. Because the fact of the matter is, beyond this life, there is a future for us. For those of us that are in Jesus, for those of us that have committed our lives to Jesus, our future in heaven is absolutely guaranteed. And it's something that we've taken our eyes off in recent years. It used to be a big deal decades ago, but we don't talk about heaven as much these days. And I think part of the issue about that is that we have a fairly comfortable life. If you think about it, I think we do have a fairly comfortable life here in the West. But some of the greatest hymns the church has ever written have been born out of suffering, born out of difficulty, born out of hard times. I mean, you think of some of the spiritual songs that came out of the slave trade from the 18th and 19th centuries. They're powerful hymns and they often include words about heaven and a looking forward to life beyond now. And one of the difficulties that we are facing in our current pandemic is that suffering has been forced upon us. Some of us have lost family members, some distant family members, some friends, some people in the community. And this issue of life being fragile has been brought home to us in a very real way. But I want to encourage all of us that follow Jesus with the fact that at the end of the Lord's Prayer we're reminded that God's power and kingdom are forever and beyond this life, however long we're going to live. It's very, very short in comparison to eternity. You have a glorious eternity in heaven if you are in Jesus. No matter whether you've done something good or not today, if you're in Jesus, you have a glorious eternity in heaven with Him. And the end of the Lord's Prayer reminds us about that. And hopefully that encourages you today. Can I just remind you that this evening we have our final prayer meeting of the prayer week. Please do join in with us because we're having communion tonight. And so this is just a reminder. Have some bread ready, have some wine or grape juice or whatever it is you're going to have. And we'll have communion together tonight. And we'll be able to rejoice and celebrate of the fact that the power and the kingdom and the authority and the glory all belong to God. And that gives us hope to go through today, whether you're suffering or not, whether you're on the mountaintop or not. This life is a vapor, as the book of Isaiah tells us. And we have a glorious, glorious future.